Hello, Melissa May Dillon live on my personal page, and then generally we upload it to the YouTube channel, which is probably the best place to watch any replays if there's anything else, if there's anything that you ever feel like you need to come back to. So I actually just went live in Melanie Anlayer's Exponential Wealth group, which honestly I struggle with feeling like I belong there. And so going live in there really cracks me open, and I don't know if anybody will watch the video, and it doesn't even matter, but the experience that I just had in that live experience, I don't think I would have had if I hadn't gone live in that group, and just admitting that I feel like I don't belong, but that I do belong, and that I'm allowed to go live, and that my words matter and what I say matters. I just had a whole thing, and I'm like, I felt like I was like this complete mess of a person trying to share my thoughts and my contemplations, and I was like all over the freaking place, and then I started crying, and I'm like, wah! And I'm like, I swear on my personal page I'm so much better. But anyway, December to remember, day 4. I know it's December 5th, but I wasn't going to start on a Sunday. So today I just took a very intentional time. So learning with Melanie Anlayer's program, Exponential Wealth, one of the big things that she talks about is, humans are always evolving and growing. And so like every time I've hit a certain dollar amount in terms of money, achievement, and success, right? Like $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, $60,000 a month, $80,000 a month. There's never been a point in which I have felt stable with that money. And it's wild to me. Like I remember thinking if I just made $10,000 a month, like life would be perfect, chef kiss, everything would be amazing. I would never need anything else ever again. And then as soon as I was making $10,000 a month, I was like, okay, well, if we can make $20,000 a month, then everything 30, then everything 50, then everything 80, then 100, then and it's like it's never going to stop. And Melanie talks about how it's just never going to stop. And so it's not that money ever gives you stability, because she's like, you can even have all the money in the world and you've been sitting on it, and then you just have this thought that's going to fall over. Like money itself does not give stability. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we're all chasing money for is stability. Money, we have a thought that money does provide stability. But something she said today in the live Q&A for the Exponential Wealth program was like, money is attracted to stability. It does not create it. And I like, oh, as soon as I heard it, and I was like, oh, like I literally had a physical reaction to the statement that she said. And then I stopped the replay. I whipped out a pencil. I wrote it down. I rewound it. I listened to it a few times. And I was like, God damn, like I am constantly chasing money for stability, and I have yet to feel it, even getting up to making $100,000 a month. So I don't think any more money is going to help make that happen. Because she's like, why do you think that you can make all of this money and not feel it, but yet there's a bigger dollar amount that suddenly you'll feel it? And I'm like, I don't know, but that's what I think. And so that has been one of the deepest truths, like one of the deepest things to crack me wide open, is realizing that I'm chasing money for stability, but money is attracted to stability. So if I'm bringing in $100,000 a month and I'm not even stable, just wait, bitches, until I get stable. Let's see what's going to happen then. So anyway, I'm working on my inner stability. And another amazingly powerful thing that she talked about was diamonds are made under pressure. And like thinking about and relating like women, we are designed to like handle so much freaking pressure. I mean, birthing a baby, like the process of making the baby and going through the birthing process, and basically everything that we do in our businesses that we create, anything within our businesses, we can relate it to the birthing process, where we create this thing and then we have to birth it and share it with the world, and requires pressure to go under that. And there's a difference between pressure and stress. Stress is the added extra external thoughts like, am I good enough? Or will people like this? Or, whatever thoughts you have about that. But the pressure is like this internal thing inside of being able to hold it and to feel it and still know that you're okay. Like in the birthing process, as you're going through this, you have to know that you and the baby are going to be okay on the other side of this, that this is absolutely necessary for whatever it is that you are creating within your life. And so, I've been feeling so much pressure. I am the only, breadwinner in the house. I have a lot of employees. I am wanting to grow and expand the business, which just means more potential employees that are depending on me. And it's like, I am learning to hold all the space of this, and I'm learning, to withstand this pressure and to be created, a diamond within that pressure. And so that has been really powerful, thought process as well. And so one of the things though that I realized that I've been functioning with stress and not pressure. So, I have the pressure, but I've been adding stress on top. Like I've been like, pressure is required for everything that it is we're doing as women. Again, birthing something, creating something, manifesting something. There's going to be pressure, but I've been like sprinkling stress on top. And so like one of the things I've been sprinkling on is like, I do desire to create and to do things and to be able to write and to be able to create, be able to draw, be able to do this stuff, but I have the baby, and there's been a lot of like just surrendering to what is. And like, I have the baby, I have to take care of the baby. I gotta appreciate and love the baby. She's not going to be this young for so long. Like she's going to grow up. There's going to be time where I'm going to be able to work on stuff and just to allow the fact that, I have the baby, I have to take care of the baby. But I've been sprinkling on like some pressure about it. Like, I have to create this, I have to get this. Like, I've been like putting on this like timeline, this like crunch of a timeline to like think that I have to get things done faster or quicker, and kind of associating it to money. And I decided today to just intentionally, just instead of like feeling like I have to just surrender to the idea that I have to take care of the baby and not work on what I want to work on and not create what I want to create, I just let go of that stress, because it's just all external stress. It's all self-imposed. Like there is no need that things have to be done in a certain time. Like everything I want to create is going to be created in its rightful time, just like my baby. And so today, I had been working on Monday and Tuesday. So like all day Monday, all day Tuesday, I was teaching classes and I was working on classes. And so, I wasn't with the baby all day long. She was with her uncle, and I did have hour-long breaks where I can hang out with the baby. But, so I was like, I didn't just have like a lot of time with her. So, and then yesterday we had to go to the park. And so I did hang out with the baby and stuff. Or my mom had to get her hair done and we had to drive to the park and things. But this morning I was just playing with her and kissing her and stuff. And I was like, it's been a minute since you've fallen asleep in my arms. All her naps recently have been, I try to put her down where she's laying down on the bed and I can scoot away so that I can go work on something or go get something done. And I'm like, it's been a long time since I just held her for a nap as she fell asleep. And so I said, today, can we have that? I said, can we have a nap today where you fall asleep in my arms, where I just get to hold you for the entire nap? And then later when her nap was coming up, I was like, are you sure? Like you could be doing magic money. You could be going live right now. You could be doing this right now. Like, are you sure you just want to hold the baby? And I was like, yeah, that's all I want to do is I just want to hold my baby. And so she was getting tired and it was like ready for the nap time. So I got snuggly in the chair and she was nursing her way to sleep. And then she fell asleep in my arms and I just held her the entire time. And I watched her beautiful little face. I just listened to her breathing, and I was staring out at my windows over a beautiful property. And I was just really, really appreciating everything that I have, everything that I've created in this life. And it has been, it's amazing. And I know there is more. Like, again, I so desire to want to show everybody that this can be so much easier than what we've made it out to be. that we can have a life that is amazing, that we love waking up to, that, you know, is filled with awesome experiences, that is filled with family, friends, whatever it is that we want to have within our life. Like, I want everyone to know that this is possible for them too. Like, I'm not just some random lucky person, you know. I was in a shitty job. I was in a shitty relationship. You know, I didn't have my baby. I didn't have these things. And, you know, I was able to make a decision that I can have those things. And it came from that decision. And so I really so desperately want to show people how to do this, that they can have this for themselves too. And I want to just continue creating and growing and expanding and, you know, wowing people with my situation, just because I know it's going to get your attention. And I know that so many people are like, if I could just make more money, then everything will be perfect type of mentality. And it's like, that's kind of how I hook you. Like, I'm like, yeah, look, you can make more money. Making more money is easy. That's how I hook people. But I know that's not, and we're like almost drawn to that, you know, like moths to a flame. It's like, oh, more money. Let's just make more money. Like, that's going to be the thing that catches people's attention. And so there's a big part of me that's like, I want to hit these big dollar amounts. I want to show people, you know, crazy, insane, you know, ways of making money and quickly making money and all these things, just to grab your attention, because I want to show you don't have to live this lifestyle. But that's like not the main thing. Like, making the money is not the main thing. And I've been really tapping into that, and the Exponential Wealth Program has really allowed me to come back to that and to really truly love and cherish what I have, the beautiful life that I have, the beautiful husband that I have, the beautiful baby that I have, the beautiful house that I have. And today I was even able to clean up the mud room. Like, I'm looking at it right now. There's this room right at the garage where you can walk into, take your boots off, hang up your jacket. And the other day, and like, it drives me nuts because David is not the one to help me. You used my mug, Mama. You took my queen mug.
I'm a queen too.
She's a queen too. David does not necessarily help me with keeping the house organized. He likes to say, I don't require it. But he made a comment that there was a bin there filled with stuff. And he's like, what is this bin? What are you doing with this bin? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a bin that's collected stuff and it's sitting there. Like, what are you doing with the bin? So today I was able to actually tackle all of that, and I put stuff away and I cleaned it up, and now I walk by it and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, oh, it's so cleaned up. Same thing with this counter. This counter, like this spot, like right here is like the collector of like random ass stuff. And I put it all away. Like, I found a home for everything. I put it all away, and I'm just going to continue to attack the house in that manner, just slowly, room by room, getting things organized, because there's something so deep within me. I know it's part of my human design that I have to have clean, beautiful, organized spaces. And since we've moved in, you know, and I moved in with a baby, it's been tricky and difficult to be able to make all that happen. But I'm going to get very intentional and very purposeful. And I am going to be receiving help. Somehow, some way, we're going to be having a nanny here soon. And it's going to be awesome and amazing to be able to have that help and receive that help. So December to remember, y'all, is I said, as I was doing it, as I was thinking about it, I'm like, I'm gonna tell people that I'm gonna make a big ass sum of money. Like, I'm just gonna somehow make a ton of money in the month of December to make this a December to remember. But I'm real, and I've put out $1 million out there. I'm like, yeah, let me just make $1 million in 1 month. And honestly, and I'm cool with that. Like, yeah, let's have that happen. But I think this experience for me is becoming so much more than that. It's really not about the money, because the money is, I mean, the money is just a byproduct of who we're being and how we're operating. And money is not going to solve the problems we think it's going to solve. Like, I started this video talking about how money does not provide you the stability you think it does. Every dollar amount I've hit up to 6 figures has not provided me the stability that I've been seeking. The stability has to come from within. I have to be the one who feels stable. I have to be that, and then the money comes to that. So yes, I can wow people with the dollar amounts. Yes, I can wow people. I can get your attention. I can wake you up. I can show you there's a way out of this matrix that we're all stuck in, and I use money as my fishy hook to get you. But it's not about the money at the end of the day. And this December to remember for me, while I initially thought this is going to be a public display of manifesting, tons of money, and that's not off the docket by any means. And like I said yesterday, it's about who I'm becoming in this process. That's more powerful to me than any money I end up, manifesting this month. That's going to be more important to me. And the experience I had today of just holding, purposely deciding that I was going to hold her for her entire nap, instead of I've got to put her down for a nap so that I can have time, so that I can work, so that I can do things, so that I can be productive, so that I can get stuff done. The most productive thing I can do is love my baby. And I made that intention today. Now, that's not to say that there will not be days where I want her to nap so that I can work, and where I want her to have a nanny so that I can work. There gets to be a balance of all of those things. It's just the space in which, I'm deciding how that happens. There's a different energy behind everything that we do. And my energy before was I've got to get her to nap so that I can work, so that I can make more money, so that I can feel stable. But that's not the road. That's not going to land me where I want it to land. Now it's, I want to, she can nap because I want to create, because I want to do, and it feels good to me and it fills me up. That's a completely different energy than I need her to nap so that I can work, so that I can be productive, so that so that I can make more money. Because making more, again, no amount of money have I made, have I felt more stable. 100%. So everything Melanie talked about, she's money is attracted to stability. It does not create it. We have to feel stable within. And no amount of money coming in is going to make us feel more stable, because there's always a million thoughts about how you could lose it, how it could disappear, how it's going to go away. And so relying on money for stability it's a losing game. So I'm focusing on feeling stable within me, being intentional about the energies behind what it is that I'm doing. It's going to be a very different vibe for me going forward with how I work, with what I do, how I operate, how I appreciate my life. This December to remember, just like the December I went to Belize right before I quit my job and built this multi-million-dollar business. This is going to be a December to remember for me, where I'm so excited to see who I am on the other side of this, because this experience has already shifted me in so many ways, in so many incredible ways. And it's super exciting. And I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see the outcome of the work that I'm doing now, of the shifts that I'm doing now, of the, bringing in the wisdom and the intelligence from Melanie, of integrating it into my life, and just honoring and cherishing, what I have in this beautiful, beautiful, amazing life, and I really was lacking in my appreciation for my husband. And because it was so funny, Melanie was talking about our relationship with money, and she talked about your relationship in marriage. Every relationship you have is a reflection of the relationship you have with money. And granted, there's some stuff going on within my family members. There's some family members potentially having divorces and stuff. And so that energy is kind of around me right now. And not that I was trying to divorce David by any means, but I was seeing all the problems instead of seeing all the amazingness within our relationship. And, I kind of had a wake me up moment with that. And, I truly appreciate him. And funny enough, he's going to be gone for the next 4 days. So his absence makes the heart grow stronger. And I get to see all the ways that he beautifully blesses my life every single day with his presence. By not being here, I will be reminded of how much I love his presence and how much I love having him here, and just appreciating him at such a deeper level than I have been. And has already changed our relationship. Just the realizing of what I was doing. She talks about we're in this cycle. It's we're moving forward and we're growing and we're evolving, but then we hit a point where you can't stay the same anymore. You've got to grow. You've got to stretch. You've got to go under that pressure, and you've got to come out the other side. And if you And if you don't like that, you will break or destroy or sabotage your situation so that you can go backward, so that you can start going forward again. Like, we love the feeling of going forward. We love the feeling of growing and evolving. But there comes a point where you can only do so much with what you've got going on, and you have to enter a whole new realm of possibility and potentiality in your life and in your circumstances. And I hit a wall where I had to grow. And the wall that I hit, for me, I'm realizing the wall that I'm hitting is, one, thinking that money creates stability. That's not true. And thinking and not being entirely grateful for everything that I have, which is something I preach about all the time. But like, honestly, like, as soon as we moved into this house, I'm like, we're down a bedroom. Like, we don't have the space we had before. I can't clean and organize all my stuff. And now I've got all this stuff. And it's like, literally all this stuff I have, I've exchanged for money. And yet I'm sitting here like thinking about, needing more money. And I'm just not appreciating what I have. And so, and then also there's the pressure of continuing to build a business. There's a little part of me that's like, who am I to think that I can just have this most amazing business and be this businesswoman and this person? There's been times where I'm like, I just want someone else to do it. I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to have to be the leader of this. And that's part of growing and evolving. Like, that's what I have to grow into and evolve into that. And so when you hit that wall, so I hit the wall of these things that I need to work and grow on, instead of growing into them and moving on to the next level, I was sabotaging, and I was basically going backwards so that I can go forward again because it feels good to go forward. But again, I'm just going to hit the same wall again. And a lot of people will do this in their business. Like, they'll make this amount of money, they'll hit this new spot, and then they're like, how am I going to maintain it? And then they start going backwards and like, oh shoot, and then they start going forwards again, and you just keep hitting this wall over and over again. So I don't want to hit the wall over and over again. I don't want to keep going backwards, and I want to continue moving forward. So I'm really glad that I'm able to learn what I need to learn and take ownership of appreciating my life fully and deeply for everything that it is that I have within my life, and just spending the time watching my baby as she sleeps and just holding on to her and just listening to her breathe, instead of thinking I need to put her down so that I can be productive, so that I can work, so that I can do something, so that I can make more money, so that I can one day potentially, hopefully, feel stable. And it's like, I need to feel stable now. More money cannot come in because I'm not stable enough. Like, I need to be more stable. If money is attracted to stability, I am like shooting it away, which is, again, crazy because we're bringing in 6 figures a month. So you don't have, like, that's part of the thing, is you don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have it all figured out to be making, to growing a business, to having, having more money available to you and stuff. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it figured out. You can be a wild, insane mess and be willing to learn and grow as you're doing it. And that's the magic. And so again, I truly, truly want to be so raw, so real, so open with my process and what I'm going through and how I'm learning it and how I'm implementing it. Because again, I'm doing this for you. I want you to know you can do it too. I want you to know that you can leave a shitty corporate job that you totally hate and build an incredible business. I want you to know that you can leave a toxic relationship where the other person doesn't even want to touch you and have an amazing relationship where they want nothing but to touch you. Like, I want you to know you can do amazing and have amazing things. And I want to be the evidence for you. So, being so raw and so real and so vulnerable and so open is my superpower, and being able to bring you along to this journey and inviting you to take a journey for yourself, inviting you to decide that you can have a life that you love, that you can have a business that you love, that you can have a marriage that you love, that you can, whatever it is that you want to have, be, or do, like, it's available to you. And you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be fully healed, and you don't have to understand everything, and you don't have to have it all together, because I'm not fully healed. I'm not, like, I don't know that we're ever fully healed. I'm not fully healed. I'm not fully, business savvy. I'm not full of all of these things. Like, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to evolve. And that's the magic. So I love you all. And there are some amazing money moves happening behind the scenes, just FYI. So like with December to Remember, like I said, I want to be, bringing in $1 million, and whether I do or don't, it doesn't matter. The who I'm becoming in this process is what needs. I know $1 million a month is going to happen. I don't need to set the exact time of when that happens. I'm saying December to remember is a month in which I'm saying, yes, let's bring in $1 million this month. But that's more or less me saying to the universe, give me the pressure, give me the lessons, give me the situations. I'm ready to try them out. I'm ready to see what's up. And there may come a point where it puts me under a certain pressure that I say, you know what, I'm not quite ready for that yet. And that's fine. And one of the things I want to demystify, I just want to take fear away from people. People are so afraid to say that they want something or are going after something, especially publicly, but you guys don't understand the power of amplifying your manifestations. How many people are watching my December to remember with me and are like, I want to see Melissa make $1 million this month. I want to see her do it. It's amplifying my manifestations. It's the more people that come on this journey with me, the more power we get behind it. The more, it amplifies it. So, and then speaking about it, we don't understand the power of our words. I speak things into existence. You can speak things into existence. And so I want to show people that. And I want to show people what it looks like when you say, I'm going to make $1 million this month. And then if you don't, how do you handle that? How do you navigate that? I want to show you that you can navigate these things that seem terrifying and scary, and that they're not things that we really need to be afraid of. Why is it so scary to say you want something or you're going after something? And because we're afraid of people judging us and what other people think. Really, do we really care about what other people think about us? Is that how our life is dictated, based on other people's opinion of us? People who don't even understand every bit of our freaking life, everything that we've ever experienced. If you watch one video of me and you think you understand me, you think you know me, you have no idea who I am. You have no idea of every single thing I have gone through, every single thing that I've experienced. Any opinion of you, Melanie talked about this today. She was hot seat coaching a person who said that other people have made her minimize herself because a woman who makes, or a woman who goes after money obviously has all these bad things. She's greedy or, whatever. And she's like, but who said that opinion? Whose opinion is that? Because a person who has power and has money and has wealth would not give you that opinion. Why do we value the opinion of people who don't matter? is the point. If someone in your life is telling you that you're awful or stupid for going after what you're going after, why do you value that opinion? Why do you give it any level of time in your mind, in your emotions? If a person is not rooting for you and cheering for you and wanting you to go after the things you want to go after, that's not an opinion that matters to you. Especially random ass people on the internet. Look, I love you all, but if any one of you were to come to me and say, Melissa, you're so stupid, I'd be like, okay, cool. Go somewhere else if you're bothered by this, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Your opinion of me is not going to change what I've decided I want for my life and how I'm going to go after it. Why do we allow random strangers or other people who are not rooting for us to decide our actions for us? That's nuts. And so I want to show you what it looks like when you just have the audacity to own who you are and your experiences, own your desires, own whatever it is that you want, and not live under the fear of other people. I used to do it. I used to have long hair because women were supposed to have long hair. I used to wear normal clothes because women are supposed to wear normal clothes, because teachers are supposed to look like this, because respectable women look like that. And I used to do it. I get it, and I still struggle. If you go back to the beginning of this video, I talked about being scared to talk in the exponential wealth group on Facebook. There's still a part of me that feels like I'm a little girl and not a grown-up woman. And, you know, there's so many beautiful, amazing, grown-up looking women in exponential wealth. I just feel like I'm this little girl hanging out like, hey guys. And so I'm not saying that I have it perfectly perfect, but I'm not going to allow even my own feelings on that to change my mind. Like, I still went live. Like, I still decided that I get to talk. I still decided that I get to say what I want to say. And it doesn't matter what anyone else's opinion of me there is. And I want to show people that. Everything that I'm doing, the way in which I do it, how I go about it is, one, for me, what matters to me, what I want to do. But two, you too. It's like the teacher, the teacher in me. I do, you do, we do. I do, you do, we do. Like that's that, or I do, we do, you do. I don't know. I do is first. I do, we do, you do. That's how you do it. Melanie says for me, for you, for us. But what teacher says, I do, we do, you do. So I do it, and then we do it together as a group, and then you go and do it. And that's just who I am at my core, is a teacher. You know, showing people how you know, teaching people what I've learned. And right now, like on the cusp of like the insurance exam queen, I've been teaching people for years how to do this. Like I can do it in my sleep. What I'm teaching people now, the Melissa May Dillon side of things, the making money things, I'm still in the beginning stages of it. And so it's a little bit messy. It doesn't look exactly perfect. But I can't get to mastery in it if I just don't get started in it. So as messy as this is, as wild as this is, I got to do it. And I think the dog needs to go pee. So I'm going to go take him out. My sister's dog is still here, Bear. He's so cute. I think he misses home. Like he does not want to be in the snow. But anyway, I love you all. It's been an amazing December to remember experience so far. And like I said, there are some business stuff happening. There was some meetings I had today. There's people I'm being introduced to. I'm being presented in more and more rooms. And so I know there's some amazing stuff happening. But whether or not I hit my $1 million this month doesn't matter to me, because who I'm becoming in this process is so much more valuable than that. So I love you all. Have an amazing night. Talk to you later. Bye.